For those of you that have been around for a while, you might recognize this Harley-Davidson Dyna. This was my little brother's first ever Harley, and honestly, this bike helped change his life. This Harley helped to get him out of a funk. It helped him to find his people. It gave him a reason to get out and ride. Time passed and my brother ended up moving, and unfortunately he wasn't able to take the bike with him. I ended up buying it back from him. Now, with everything that's been happening, the bike ended up going into storage. At this point, it's been sitting in storage for about a year and a half. With Alan's bike having recently gone down, we went to grab this one as a quick backup. But what we came across, there wasn't anything quick about it. What we found, we didn't actually expect it to be this bad.
I don't have a bike for Daytona, so I'm gonna go try and resurrect one out of storage. We'll see if it runs, get it back, probably do a few things to it, have it for Daytona.
12 seconds later.
Just got to the one storage unit. A lot of this is stuff from when we closed the shop. That's the last time that I know the bike was running. Hopefully we don't have bad fuel in this, and it's just a dead battery. Give the gas a little sniff and see. It might still be good enough that I don't have to worry about it. I get it rolled out, see about getting it started.
So first step, figure out what we're working with. After sitting for this long, it could be anything.
So what I'm really hoping is I can just jump start this. Probably talking about a year and a half since this has been ridden. Got it hooked up to a boost pack. We have power going to the bike now. Fuel pump cycling. Gotta leave it on the boost pack for a little bit.
At first, it actually looked pretty promising.
Right now the battery was so dead, the bike won't stay running without me holding the jump pack on it. Hopefully I can do this for a few minutes. The charging system catches up for the bike, and then we'll be able to ride it back to the house and do a couple modifications before Daytona. Alright, so we know the Dyna does run, which is phenomenal news because this bike has been sitting for a while. So the fact it fired up, great news. We do have a battery problem. Was running one of these Boost Plus packs, kept the jump pack on it the entire time, had the bike revved up. We couldn't get enough power into the battery to keep the bike running even with throttle open, and our boost pack died. So I'm gonna take the battery back, get it on a trickle charger tonight, and we'll come pick up the bike tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Next day here, I've had the battery out of the Dyna for, we're probably looking at 16 hours sitting on the charger. I think the battery's shot, but we'll know once I check the voltage on it. Simple way to check a battery is take your voltmeter, put it on terminals. Right now we're sitting at 11.55. It's not gonna hold. You can tell already it's starting to bounce back and forth. Come off the charger about 5 minutes ago. It's already starting to drop. I don't trust the battery at this point, especially to do a Daytona run. The lithium I looked up is for a Sportster 4 amp hours. They typically recommend a 6 amp hour for the Dynas. I think I'm gonna pull my brand new battery out of the Lowrider ST. We know it's good, it just went in, it's fully charged. I'll pull that out, we'll take it and put it in the Dyna.
The second we checked the battery, we knew this wasn't gonna be that simple.
Back at storage again. Look who I found along the road, coming to fill the tires up.
What up? I'm the tire inflator guy.
Gonna get the battery installed.
16 PSI on the front.
Well, that would have been interesting.
Thanks, Fancy.
Tell you what, twin cam sounds good with the pipe.
Ooh, 22 on the back.
That wasn't that bad. I'd actually put those T-bars on if I had a way to attach the gauge.
Zip tie.
All time me with a good time right now.
3D print.
True. Well, time to find out.
So battery replaced, tires old, but aired up. We're definitely seeing warning signs of letting this bike set for a year and a half.
Hey, bro, is that a dyno?
That is the dyno.
Shoo!
Got the Simpson that goes with it.
Dang, where's your tall socks, bitch?
Let me go get him.
What the f? The black handle is diesel, and the green is normal gas. That's so stupid.
Once we got this thing fired up and moving though, we thought, hey, we might actually be able to pull this off.
So after sitting in storage for a year, it rides surprisingly well. I was very happy, very impressed for an 06. It's been a while since I rode a dyno. A couple of things I want to tackle before we go to Daytona. We have a Memphis Shades Road Warrior over here. Give me some air protection on the highway. Set of T-bars. Gonna start throwing that stuff on. This on here when you guys got the bike? The Woodstock Harley tag?
Yeah, I think so.
That's super cool. That's crazy. When I was putting these T-bars on, they look like they were going to be huge. Get on it. It's super freaking comfortable.
Yeah, they look good. And that's when we hit the real problem.
Nope. Is there any slack?
The stock lines weren't anywhere near long enough, and unfortunately this wasn't something we could just work around.
God, why do I feel like a
By the next morning, our deadline was closer and reality started setting in.
Alright, good morning everyone. Still, it's not even 7 a.m. yet. Meet and greet day at Daytona. Come out to work on the dyno a little bit before everybody gets up and gets going. Didn't sleep much last night. Was trying to figure this one out. Threw the T-bars on, which fit amazing, comfortable. Don't have lines long enough. Don't have any lines here that are long enough. So I'm torn between trying to find lines today at Daytona, finding another set of bars that'll work with the stock lines, or throwing the stock bars back on, which are absolutely horrible. I don't have an answer for that problem yet.
At this point, we had a choice. Force it together just to make Daytona, or take our time and do it right.
So it's final day at Daytona. Did not get the dyno done. Actually got to a point we really liked the 14-inch T-bars on here. Started thinking about trying to find shorter bars to make it work so it could ride it to Daytona. And it was just going to turn into having to come back, pull them off, and do it again because the 14-inch is just such a nice combo on this. They look like they would not be comfortable. Once you get on the bike, it has become like the perfect size bars for everybody in this house right now. Amanda's like 5'6". Yeah. I'm 6'2". It's a substantial height difference. Yeah. And it's comfortable for both. It's not just, hey, you could ride it. It's comfortable. So we decided to do the right thing. We ordered all new cables. Don't know when those are going to be in yet. Well, we have a lot of parts coming in. So this is going to be a pause for a little bit while we collect parts.
What we thought was going to be a quick fix turned into something way more involved. We didn't show all the problems we came across in this episode, but after everything we ran into, you guys will see in the next episode that rushing it just didn't make sense. This bike means a lot to me and to my brother. So now we're bringing it back the right way.